One clip, that's all it took, and just like that, Lil Scrappy's entire world collapsed late last night. Stevie J leaked a hotel surveillance video, and let me tell you, this wasn't no clout chase. This clip didn't just light up the internet, it burned it to the ground, 47 a.m. Bambi. Yeah, that Bambi caught slipping into a hotel elevator with some dude, no bodyguard, no assistant, just her and him in the face. Clear as day, not blurred, not cropped full exposure. The FI second people saw it, the reactions were instant, yo, Scrappy's done. And the most brutal part, it was Stevie J who dropped the bomb. No warning, no hesitation, he exposed his own boy and watched him burn. Now everyone's asking the same questions: who is Bambi with? Did Scrappy know? And why would Stevie J air this out now? Because trust me, that clip wasn't just a scandal, it was a declaration of war. And what leaked right after? That's the part that's about to set the whole industry on fire. Let's rewind for a second, because this drama, it didn't start last night. This mess has been brewing for months right under everybody's nose. Lil Scrappy and Bambi's relationship has always been shaky one minute. They're posting family pics, acting like ATL's power couple next minute. They're unfollowing each other, throwing shade on Instagram, and airing out private fights like it's part of the show. But what nobody knew is just how deep the cracks really ran behind the smiles and red carpet moments. There was cheating, jealousy, late night arguments, and people switching sides. And at the center of it all, Stevie J. Now Stevie's always been that dude who keeps his hands dirty but face clean. He's been in everybody's business, but he's also the one who always seems to know who's sleeping with who's lying, and who's got something to lose word in the street. Says Stevie had been sitting on that hotel clip for weeks. He didn't just stumble upon it, he had it, he saved it, and he waited. But why wait? Because this wasn't about exposing the truth, this was personal. See, Scrappy and Stevie had already fallen out a while back. The tension started small, a little shade here, a little ego clash there. But then came the rumors that Bambi had confided in Stevie about Scrappy, that she was venting about how tired she was of his lies, his street behavior, and how she was done protecting his image. And from there, things got messy. Insiders claim Stevie and Bambi started linking up behind the scenes. Not romantically, not at first, just friendly conversations, but friendly turned to flirty. And flirty turned into secret late-night calls that Scrappy knew nothing about. Bambi, on the other hand, had been quietly plotting her own exit sources close to her. Say she was sick of being blamed every time something went wrong. She felt like Scrappy was emotionally checked out, distracted, and more loyal to the streets than to her and Stevie. Well, he gave her what Scrappy didn't: an ear, attention, and most importantly, leverage. Because let's not forget, Stevie J is an opportunist. Always has been. He doesn't just watch people ruin their lives, he helps them do this. So even while Scrappy believed that things were calming down and that they would be co-parenting amicably, Stevie and Bambi were meeting in locations where the paparazzi would never find them. Why is Bambi always here? Why is Stevie picking her up in the middle of the night? Why does Scrappy never show up with her anymore? Whispered the people around them as they noticed the stylists, drivers, hotel staff, and private penthouses, rooftop lounges, late-night lounges off the grid, always in the dark, always hush-hush, always just a little too close. And then all of a sudden, everything came to a head when someone inside the hotel alerted Stevie to the fact that not only had Bambi entered the building with another man, but the hotel's cameras had captured the entire event in clear, time-stamped, unedited footage. At that point, Stevie made his move without warning or loyalty, letting the video float for a few hours before sharing it from his own account and captioning it with the single word karma. Within minutes, blogs were reposting, fan pages were zooming into the video, people were analyzing Bambi's body language, breaking down the body language, and searching through her timeline for clues. The internet was transformed into a crime scene, and Scrappy was nowhere to be seen. No tweets, posts, or clapbacks, just silence, which for someone like Scrappy speaks volumes, because if there's one thing that Scrappy always does, it's respond. Now that the internet had caught its breath, the streets of Atlanta were buzzing, asking why Stevie J had leaked the footage, which was only 37 seconds long and already viral. But the angle most blogs posted was only part 1 because 3 hours later, another version dropped, this time with clear audio. Hotel security audio picked up what sounded like low voices at the elevator, and just before the doors closed, you could hear Bambi whisper something that made timelines. When she giggled and the man she was with kissed her neck, the internet went crazy. Melt informed Scratch that he should have kept his phone locked. Tick the Toke entered forensic mode. People began matching tattoos, body types, and voice tones as they slowed down the video frame by frame. Most fans concluded that the man wasn't just any old guy. He resembled a well-known ATL promoter who was once Scrappy's close friend. Let that sink in. Bambi was allegedly caught having an affair with someone Scrappy used to call family. The betrayal is unforgivable. The drama is just beginning. But this is where it gets even worse because, as everything was going viral online, a mysterious Instagram account called a Bambi Receipts ATL appeared. This account began sharing screenshots of the hotel footage that made it appear like child's play, leaked direct messages, and deleted texts. Images showed Bambi allegedly speaking to many guys behind Scrappy's back in messages with statements like, "I'm sick of playing house with a man who still acts like a child and cares more about his appearance." Then fans were shocked when our kids let him cry to Mama D. They weren't just witnessing cheating, they were witnessing years of manipulation, resentment, and secrets spilling out all at once. To make it even more brutal, some of those screenshots were time-stamped months ago, around the time Scrappy and Bambi were posting happy family pics. So what was real? What was fake? And how long had this been going on? Scrappy's silence was beginning to look like a breakdown according to those close to him, who claimed he locked himself in the studio, turned off his phone, and cut off even his closest friends. One insider said, "Scrap isn't even mad at Bambi anymore. He's broken. That man loved her, and she flipped the script on him like it was nothing." However, a screenshot that was removed minutes after it was published and appeared to be a direct message from Stevie J to Bambi, sent 2 days before the leak, with the words, "You ready for this? Once this drops, there's no coming back," was what truly threw ATL into a frenzy. "Drop it and let the world know who he really is," she retorted. All of a sudden, everything changed. This wasn't a chance leak. Rather, it was a carefully thought-out scheme, and Bambi may have been aware of it the entire time. The tale was now about retaliation rather than betrayal. But why would Bambi do this and allow Stevie J fans begin looking further after Scrappy's? Old Pal destroyed their family's reputation, and what they discovered shocked everyone. It appears that Bambi had been negotiating a new reality show deal behind the scenes. Not just a cameo, but a lead role. And guess who the executive producer was rumored to be? Stevie J. Let that sink in. The hotel footage, the receipts, the perfectly timed leak, all of it could have been a rollout, an intentional character assassination to remove Scrappy from the frame so Bambi could rebrand herself as the new ATL queenpin of reality TV. People began calling it the love and hip-hop coup, and Scrappy had remained silent, with no Instagram Live, no tweets, no music, and a half-empty bottle on the table. Just when everyone thought things couldn't get any more chaotic, Stevie J went live in a dimly lit room with a half-empty bottle on the table, and he looked directly into the camera, saying, "Y'all mad at me for exposing the truth? Be mad at your favorites for living a lie. I didn't break them up. She was already gone." Following his smile, he ended the live stream. The 13-second clip was then reposted by every gossip blog in the world, leaving fans divided. Was Stevie wrong to share it, or was he the only one brave enough to say what everyone else knew but had never said? What about Bambi? She didn't deny the video or make a statement. Instead, she simply shared a photo of herself holding a glass of champagne with the caption, "When they're mad, you moved on before they did." In 2 hours, the post alone received over 600,000 comments, causing complete anarchy, pure disrespect, and pure power play. But the twist wasn't finished yet because, just as people were turning against Bambi for the betrayal, a voicemail appeared. Let's just say that the next part will turn this whole scandal upside down. Just when you thought, the chaos couldn't get any wilder, the scandal exploded into a wildfire that nobody saw coming. Scrappy's voicemail went viral online like a bombshell, and all of a sudden everything changed. People who believed they understood were called into doubt by the message. Scrappy's voice was so full of unfiltered passion that I'm not sure who I can trust anymore. "You shattered me, Bambi, but isn't just about us. There's someone else working behind the scenes. Someone we both care about," fans began speculating about who was the third party involved in this mess. Right away, Then, a second video, this time from a private party days prior to the hotel incident, leaked. In it, Bambi was heard arguing angrily with an unidentified man who whispered, "If Scrappy finds out, it's over for all of us. No one can No," to which the man icily replied, "Don't worry, Stevie's got handled." All at once, the parts began to fit together. Social media went crazy because Steve J wasn't simply a helpless bystander. He was the mastermind behind the scenes, masterminding the entire affair like a perverse game of chess. Using hashtags like BambiGate and Your Scrappy Betrayed, Twitter threads went viral. Celebrities from all across the world also commented, with Joel Hernandez tweeting, "This isn't just reality TV, it's real-life drama hitting different Team Scrappy. Sometimes the truth hurts. Wait for the next move," Young Jock said on social media. Drama in ATL. The sector was split. In the meantime, Bambi's silence only served to fan the flames as she posted cryptic words like, "Every queen rises from the ashes. Truth always finds a way." While some praised Stevie for revealing the truth, others accused him of playing dirty. The tabloids learned of a covert meeting between Bambi and a powerful TV executive, which fueled rumors that she was planning to reveal everything. However, the final twist that rocked the internet was when a deepfake video purportedly showed Scrappy confessing to cheating on Bambi. However, experts swiftly exposed it as phony, explaining who uploaded it, why, and what it meant for the war. That was tearing their lives apart with fictitious meetings and whispered threats. The line between truth and deceit was blurred, and the fans were eagerly awaiting the next chapter. However, one thing was certain. This battle was no longer about love or betrayal. Rather, it was a full-fledged struggle for survival and power, and the biggest moves were still coming. The drama was already intense, but what happened next sent shockwaves through the entertainment industry. Just when fans thought Lil Scrappy's world couldn't get any worse, the leaks exploded into a scandal far more sinister than anyone could have predicted. It all began when a private video clip from the hotel meetup mysteriously appeared online. But it wasn't just any video. It showed Bambi and Stevie J having a very intense, behind-the-scenes conversation. This changes everything. Are you ready to play your part? Stevie, the video, a cunning grin that made the audience shudder. Fans immediately took to social media to speculate that Stevie was manipulating Bambi. As the allegations spread like wildfire, was there a deeper betrayal lurking under the surface? Or was it a setup to ruin Lil Scrappy's career? An insider revealed something shocking in an anonymous statement. Stevie J has been surreptitiously releasing these videos to cause trouble, and Bambi is complicit. They are collaborating to destroy Lil Scrappy from the inside out. In the meantime, Lil Scrappy was unable to be seen. The often vocal rapper was mute, which fueled rumors that he was either utterly terrified or planning a vicious retaliation, which would have fueled the flames. A purportedly hacked text exchange between Bambi and Stevie J surfaced online, exposing sinister schemes. Bambi said, "Once he drops, he won't know what hit him. We're taking everything." Stevie answered, "Now is a good time to make sure he loses it all, because the betrayal was more profound than anyone could have predicted." Fans' hearts raced as they watched the drama play out. It was no longer simply about secrets. It was a planned takedown before the story took a crazy turn. A furious argument between Lil Scrappy and Bambi was captured in an exclusive video that was released from a concealed camera inside the hotel room. Lil Scrappy was heard yelling, "How could you after everything? Stevie's playing us both," on the video. "You were already losing control. I'm just finishing the job," was Bambi's icy retort. The last semblance of hope and trust between them was destroyed by the unadulterated intensity in that tape. As if the brutality and unquestionable betrayal on camera weren't enough, industry insiders whispered that Stevie J was planning a full-scale attack using his connections to ruin Lil Scrappy's reputation and career. The public's outrage was intense when another insider disclosed that he had been in contact with a major music executive who was plotting to stop Lil Scrappy's upcoming album release. Thousands of messages on Twitter argued over who was actually responsible for the turmoil. Supporters of Lil Scrappy accused Bambi and Stevie of conspiring, while others thought that Lil Scrappy's downfall was long overdue. Celebrities jumped in, with some denouncing the leaks and others implying that there were deeper secrets yet to come. With each new leak, secret text, and emotional outburst, the story became darker and more convoluted, and it became impossible to ignore the question. That lingered. Was this the beginning of Lil Scrappy's downfall? Or was there a final twist that would completely turn the tables? The world was waiting for the next shocking revelation, so I need to hear your thoughts, family, because this drama is only getting crazier. If you're shocked by these shocking revelations, please share your thoughts in the comments section. I'm reading every single one. If you're new here, hit the subscribe button and enable notifications so you don't miss the next big reveal. The next update will blow the roof off this whole situation, and I'll be here to bring you every juicy detail as it happens. Additionally, send this video to your friends who are obsessed with celebrity drama so that we can start a conversation. This is only the beginning, and you'll want to be the first to know when the next shocking revelation occurs. The reality behind Lil Scrappy's empire is about to get much more sinister, so pay attention, keep vigilant, and prepare.